The guy's not doing anything. He's just walking. Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Classroom of the Elite Season 4, Episode 14, The Extraordinary Prodigy. In last episode, we now know for sure that Amasawa is the White Room spy. She told Ayanokoji, she told him that she admires him and all of that. And then Ayanokoji and Nanase went their separate ways. Ayanokoji helped this student that was lost and turns out to be a student in Ishinose's class, and then he was able to use one of the transmitter to call Sakayanagi and ask for a favor. I just don't know what kind of favor he asked. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini, where you can find all my full lengths and early access to the anime that I'm currently reacting to. And now let's start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
Kiriyama, なんか南雲の対応がゴテゴテって感じがしないか。
That's it?
それが高円寺への対処を先延ばしにしたせいでほとんど互角の点数。
I wanna read what's on the left side of the corner, but I can't.
結果、警戒対象外から一番の強敵になってしまった。
Aw, Koenji.
脅威は高円寺だけだ。高円寺封じ込めの指揮は直接俺が取る。お前が
That's gonna be his way of facing Nagumo, right?
俺かNagumo以外に高円寺を止められる奴はいない。相手を最大の敵と認識しろ。
Ultimate enemy? Koenji? There he goes, giving his all. I'm coming after you. You know what? I was just thinking, Koenji is giving his all right now, right? And then I'm like, Koenji is someone that he's unpredictable. He may be okay. I'm gonna be giving my all right now, and then the next minute he just does something that gets him disqualified or something because he's tired of this or something or other. I know he made a deal with Suzune, right? And that's why he's giving his all right now. Is he gonna keep his deal? I feel like he's someone that keeps his deals. We'll see. Hiding. We have not seen Hosen at all when this thing started. I wonder if it's the one that had the three whatever that wanted to hiding. He to kill Ayanokoji last episode, but then Amasawa stopped it from happening. Oh. What do I feel like he probably even knows that they are like after him, like surveilling him and everything. Why? Is there something out there? No. Nah.
常人と一緒に語ってもらっては困る。私の体力はすでにパーフェクトにまで。常人離れしたスタミナでもとっくに限界を迎えている。
Are we sure?
超ショートスリーパーなのでね。
Huh?
ショートスリーパー。
Well, like just a little bit of sleep is gonna 100% revitalize whatever.
つまり、奴は小刻みに休息を取るだけで疲労を即リセットで。
Golly.
高円寺と一緒に移動して課題を封殺するぞ。指揮を取っているのは俺だ。輪を乱すな。
こ
Quit playing tough. How about you quit playing weak?
なかなか君たちも頑張るね。
これは最後の警告だ。明日一日だけでいい。何もせずじっとしてろ。なら最小限の見張りだけ残して2日足止めすればいい。高円寺が飲むと思うか。
話は聞いてただろ。あさってまでお前にはここでじっと。断るとどうなるのかな。最悪、お前には退学してもらう。
How are you gonna do that?
ならどうする？もしお前が突き飛ばすような真似をしたら宣戦布告と取る。
He'll jump over you. The guy's not doing anything. He's just walking. He's just walking.
私は私の進撃を止める人間に容赦するつもりはない。
Man, I love the soundtrack that's playing on right now.
着順報酬に陰りが差したのだから。悪いが行かせねえよ。私に牙を剥くということかな。いざとなったら高円寺を抱いて落ちるだけだ。やるぞ。
The guy just like bumped into you and you fell. What would you think that you can beat it? Hell. And he landed like a gymnast. Oh my god, that was so cool. That was so cool. And you keep getting angry, but you're not gonna get anywhere.
いつまでも付きまとわれるのは面倒だからね。くそ、なんなんだよあいつ。本当に高校生か。森か。
心配するな。高円寺が規格外なことは最初から想定済みだ。だが、どんな相手にも弱点は存在。
Now what is Koenji's weak point?
など大したことがないという印象を高円寺は抱いたはず。それこそが狙いだ。
Yeah, sure. Hey, you.
綾小路くんじゃないですか。
I kind of want to see like a real fight between them two.
はお変わりないですか？
あ
あ、Hiyori.
俺たちと一緒にキャンプしようぜ。
素敵なアイデアですね。いいんじゃない？綾小路くんは人畜無害そうだし。
Homeless vibe. Oh, if you knew how dangerous he was.
先輩、綾小路先輩。
Is it Nanase? Oh, but say okay. It sounded like Nanase, but I'm like, Nanase did not come here, right? Well, like I didn't see her among the students.
Ayanokoji とは随分お楽しみだったみたいだが。
Oh, I was just talking about you.
どうせ女の武器も使わずに正面から挑んだんだろう。
女の武器。
Really? And then the camera sort of basically focusing on her breast and up. Sure.
これをUtomiya君と話すことができます。
どういうつもりだ。遊んでほしいのか。
お前に連絡したくはなかった。
救済だと。
現時点で1年生のうち計4グループが下位10組に入っています。私たち D クラスのグループも2つ。
待ってよ。誰も協力しないとは言ってないぜ。
なんだと。
Baby.
俺にひざまずいて頼み込むなら。
避けるな。誰がお前になど。
だったらこの。
I'm trying to remember exactly what happened between these two. I know he doesn't like him.
1年救済ってのはどういうことだ。
答える前に一つ。七瀬さんは味方ってことでいいんだよね。
一応な。
そう。
何？
まだ単独で動いてる人たちが何人かいるからね。それを鎮めればいい。
なるほどな。
Meaning Ayanokoji, Suzune, Koenji.
Ayanokojiを囲い込んでその場をセッティングするから協力しろってことか。
首謀者として 私が責任を持って退学するから。
あ
私、この学校に未練とかないのよね。
So why did you even come?
で、いつ仕掛ける？
それはまだ言えない。結婚の情報は簡単に漏らせない。また連絡するからよろしく。
食えねえ女のようだな。
どうするんですか？
こっちは好き勝手暴れられて、責任はすべて椿持ちだ。美味しすぎるだろうが。
よく知らせて。
Oh, okay, now I remember.
あとは宝泉天沢グループの一人としてやるべきことをやった方がいい。ここで七瀬が信用を失えば利用価値も下がる。1年生の襲撃は驚くことではない。こちらの計画が変わることは何もない。
Yeah, what is your plan? I feel like I don't know what his plan is. Do we know his plan?
日和が怖がってる姿は想像できないな。
これでも結構怖がりなんですよ、私。
You pretty cat? Is that a word?
仲いいよな。もう付き合っちまえよ。そんで俺たちのクラスに来ようぜ。な。
飛躍させすぎだっつんの。
All that Shizaki wants is for Ayanokoji to join the class.
気を抜かずに頑張ってくれ。
綾小路くんもお気をつけて。
She seems so sweet. She's always been sweet in the anime, but I'm like, is she really? Is there another side to her?
どうして俺とのやりとりだけはトランシーバーを使わなかったんだ？
私が信頼を受けるのは宇都宮くんだけだから。
昨日は突然姿を消してどこに行っていた？
すみません。腕時計が故障してスタート地点に戻っていました。B クラスのグループから借りてきたものです。このタブレットの持ち主は綾小路先輩と同じテーブルです。
なぜ同じテーブルだと断言できる？
GPS サーチを繰り返してテーブルを特定していったってこと。
And that's what Ayanokoji also did, and he knew who was where.
保険を用意することもできないですし。
Insurance?
最優先は綾小路先輩を襲ってリタイ。
But if it doesn't work?
指定エリアを全スルーさせる方法に切り替えて得点を奪うんです。
小路先輩と同じテーブルのタブレット。
なんだと？いつの間に？
椿さんは僕の想像以上だ。
本当に一人で罪をかぶるつもりなのか？
もともと綾小路先輩を退学させようって言い出したのは私じゃん。
Initially?
やはり俺も行くべきじゃないか。俺なら綾小路とい。
No.
敵が向かう指定エリアは C3、D4 にいるグループは現状待機、E6 のグループは北上開始して。
So she seems to be the strategist, I guess, of their class.
D4 と E6 にかなりの数の1年生のグループ動き出すか。
Make your move. And it's gonna be awesome. I'm not worried about Ayanokoji at all. I am not worried about him. I feel like these first years are gonna give it their all, but they're not gonna succeed, you know, because he's Ayanokoji. He's smarter than everybody else there combined. I would think. The way they have been portraying him in this show, it's like his intelligence is above everybody else. So yeah, I'm not worried. I love the first part of this episode was focused on Koenji, and I love that we got to see him do like fight. It wasn't. It was really a fight, to be truthful. Like, it was a bulldoze. He just bulldozed over all of them, like with barely any kind of effort. It was so nice to see. Like, we know that when you see him in the show, you know he has great physique, he has great stamina. He seems strong, and then we saw that tug of war pull thing that he did with Ayanokoji, and they were basically sort of like testing each other, but then Ayanokoji let it go. So I'm like, I still want to know between them two, like, if they were to actually fight, who would win? you know, I don't know who will win because Ayanokoji is the um main character. I guess I would say that he would win, but it's like having seen Koenji do his thing this episode. You know, and I feel like if there was a fight between Koenji and Hosen would lose. That's what I think. But I don't know. But it was so nice to see. And the reason why these students, third years, were after him is because he's basically sort of like on par with Nagumo when it came to the rankings and stuff, and they don't want that to happen. And so they're trying to get rid of him. And Kiriyama, I think is his name, he was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take point on this. We're gonna find a way to get him to drop out. No, not drop out, but not do anything for like a day or something or other. And there was this other person that was in the group that's like, okay, you know what? I also want to be able. I also want to be the one to get rid of him. But Kiriyama was not letting him. He's like, okay, I'm the leader, so follow what I say. And everything that they were trying to do when it comes to Koenji wasn't working. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna. I think at first they surrounded him and then they asked him to just stay put. And I'm like, okay, he's not gonna do that. And he just jumped all over and then left. And Kiriyama's like, you know what, let's just he's gonna be so focused on trying to evade us that he's not gonna be able to do any kind of games or something and accumulate points or something or other like that. And they go to the next area or whatever, and this guy is just laying there sleeping. And they're there. It felt like they were painting when they came there, but he was just lazing about, sleeping. And they're like, "Are you really sleeping right now?" And he just woke up and he's like, "Okay, nah, I'm refreshed. I'm about to go." And I think it was Kiriyama that was saying, "You know, you can't keep this up. You know, yes, you have great stamina, but you cannot keep this up. At some point, you're gonna deplete your stamina, I guess." And he's like, "No, I'm what a short sleeper." And basically, he can basically um replenish his whole stamina with just a few short um sleeps, like here and there. He can like everything go back to normal. Like I'm like, what? Okay. And then at one point in the episode, they're like, you know what? We are so tired of you. That other dude that didn't want to let Kiriyama do his thing, that also wanted to be the one to lead, I guess. He's like, you know what? I'm so tired of this. We're gonna keep you here. Basically, we're gonna fight you and keep you here. And he just, okay, let's go. And he just like went through them so easily. I love how at first when they were coming at him, like, was no, they weren't coming at him one on one. He would be walking and just bumped into one of them, and they would like, fall on the ground. I'm like, what the heck? He's just bumping into y'all. And when they said that he was pushing them or something, I'm like, no, he wasn't pushing them. He looked like he was just walking, and y'all were just weak. Oh my goodness. And then the fight happened and they were all on the ground and he left. And then Kiriyama's there thinking that he must have a weakness and that he must be thinking right now that the third years are not a threat to him and that he can use that to his advantage. I'm like, okay, how you about to do that? I don't know. But yeah, that was it with Koenji. I loved it. And then we went to Ayanokoji that ran into Hiyori and her group and Ishizaki, and they're like, okay, come stay with us for a little while. And as they were, I think it was nighttime, and Nanase showed up, and she's like, there's a plan to get him expelled, basically. And it was the first years that came up with it. Basically, it was Tsubaki's plan. They contacted Hosen, and at first it was Utomiya that was on the transceiver talking to Hosen, and there's some kind of uh enmity between those two, and I was like, why exactly was that? And then I remember that Hosen was behind a student in Utomiya's class being dropped, being expelled from the school or something or other like that, and I think that's why he hates Hosen. And their conversation was not going anywhere, and then that's when Tsubaki took over. And her plan, if I'm understanding it properly, is that they are going to fight Ayanokoji. There's gonna be like many groups. They have many groups, right? And then they're gonna fight Ayanokoji and get him to drop out. And they're like, even if we were to fail, then I'm just gonna take the blow, I guess, and take all the responsibility. That's Tsubaki who's saying that she's gonna take all responsibility for everything and get herself expelled, and that she doesn't really want to be in the school. She doesn't have a reason to stay in the school, so she's willing to, go. Um, and I think this also said there was another part of the plan. I'm forgetting. There was something else that they were talking about during their conversation, apart from getting Ayanokoji expelled. Not coming to me. And then they showed Yagami approaching Tsubaki and Utomiya, and he brought this tablet from this person. I think it was in class B, and he said that Ayanokoji was on their table. So with that, they can find out where he is and lay traps for him. And they were like, okay, the first plan is to get him expelled, right? With the fight and everything. But if that doesn't work out, then they can just make sure that he doesn't get to go to the designated places and then accumulate points, right? And get rid of him like that as well. What I wanted to say, they were talking about there were these five first years groups or something that were at the bottom, and they wanted to save them, and the way they wanted to save them was to basically make sure, like, there are some people, the second years, I guess I'm not sure about the third years, but at least in the second years there are some people that are doing this alone, and they want to basically make sure that those people fail so that their five bottom are saved. And among those people are Ayanokoji, right? You have Suzune, you have Ibuki, Koenji. I'm not sure if there's a fifth person that's doing it alone. A fifth person that is also doing it alone would be Kiryuin in the third year, I would think. So they want to be able to get rid of those people so that they are at the bottom and their people are not at the bottom, basically. I think that's what they meant by that. And I'm like, well, yeah. Because if you have a whole group of people against just Suzune, like, how are you gonna deal with it? Suzune, I'm wondering if Suzune and Ibuki are gonna be forced to team up. Oh my goodness, since they're having this sort of duel between them two. But yeah, so that's their plan. Nanase told Ayanokoji what they were planning. And she was like, okay, once I figure something, if I learn anything new, I'm gonna come and tell you. And he's like, no, don't do that. Just stay with Hosen, right? Focus on helping your group and just forget about me, because he's thinking if you keep going, if you keep disappearing to come to talk to me, they are gonna get suspicious and they're gonna lose their trust in you, and you're not gonna be useful to me. That's what he's thinking. So he's like, you know what, just stay there. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna stay there. So far it seemed like Hosen still trusts her. I guess we'll see. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. So I love this episode. Loved it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link to that is going to be in the pinned comment. So you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Classroom of the Elite reactions. There's a playlist to those reactions in the comment as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. And I'm not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up, and I'm winning. It's not anymore, and I'm thinking it's time to go get 'em. They ain't gonna know what you're doing.